Hello everybody, it's your boy Ryan, or Purple Smoover, back again with another video, and today we're going to be continuing on with our recommendations for the Steam Winter Sale going on from December 22nd to January 5th. Today, however, we are going to be changing things up a little bit, as the last video we kind of went over some of the best deals and some of the more known games, so today we're going to be looking at exclusively hidden gems. Unfortunately, it's a little difficult sometimes to know what games are hidden gems or not, so for the most part I use Steam reviews to determine what games are known or better known, so hopefully some of these games in here you've never heard of, and there's a large variety of genres, so hopefully there's a game in here for everyone, so let's get started. The first game on our list today is going to be Bug Fables at a price of $9.99 or a 50% discount. Bug Fables is an RPG, kind of based in the style of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. For me, I was very interested in this game when it came out because it was almost identical to that game, and I loved that game growing up as a child. And if you want an RPG, this is definitely the game to get from the Steam sale. It is 50% off, it is an absolute thrill. You will get dozens of hours of gameplay, and it's an overall great time. Next game on our list is going to be Crumble at a price of $8.99 or a 40% discount. You'll quickly learn over the course of this video that my two favorite kind of genres are high octane speed platformers and co-op games, and this falls into that first category. So Crumble is a dynamic physics platformer and is a very fast-paced 3D platformer, and it is so much fun to go through these levels at high speeds. The visuals are beautiful and the music's also great. If you're looking for another fast-paced platformer with a cute art aesthetic, definitely give this game a try. The next game is The Messenger at a price of $7.99 or a 60% discount. If you grew up liking Ninja Gaiden or anything of the sort, The Messenger is definitely the game for you. It is a retro-based 2D pixel graphics platformer where you play as a ninja going through this time-traveling adventure. It is an absolute thrill. The characters are so enjoyable, all the bosses are lovable, and overall this game is an absolute joy to play. It is a cult classic, honestly. If you haven't had the chance to play it, definitely pick it up and play it. The next game on the list is Pikuniku at a price of $3.89 or a 70% discount. Pikuniku is probably best described as a puzzle adventure game, but overall the world is a pretty strange experience, and it's kind of lingering between a very cute playful world and some darker conspiracies going on in the world. But definitely pick up this game if you're interested in a short, definitely light playthrough of a game with a pretty interesting plot to boot. The next game on the list is What the Golf at a price of $10.99 or a 45% discount. What the Golf is going to make you ask the question every single new level, is this actually golf and what the heck is going on? And if that sounds interesting to you, you're definitely going to want to play this game. Otherwise, it's probably not for you, but if you want a good laugh and good couple hours of fun, definitely look at What the Golf and see if it's the right game for you. The next game on the list is Zero Escape the Nonary games at $8.99 or a 70% discount. This game is definitely in a different genre. If you're into visual novels with, story-rich puzzle aspects, this is definitely the game for you. Otherwise, it's probably not quite right for you. But the overall plot, the characters, and the different puzzles in the game are an absolute great blast. There are so many hours in these multiple games as it is a bundle series, and if you've not had the chance, definitely take a look at it. The next game is Lightmatter at a price of $4.99 or a 75% discount. Lightmatter is a first-person puzzler where using light and shadows is going to be your main tool for completing the game. The puzzle mechanics that the game introduces are definitely unique, at least in my experience from different gaming, and I'd compare this game to something close to a Portal, kind of a little spookier at times due to the actual atmosphere of the game, but if puzzlers are your jam and you've not had the chance, definitely pick this game up. The next game on the list is Jazzpunk at a price of $3.74 or a 75% discount. For this game, I actually just have absolutely nothing else to say. If you want an absolute surreal experience and have no idea what's going on with funny gags, pick up this game. It is so weird, I wouldn't want to spoil anything else for you. Next up is Hugh at a price of $2.99 or an 80% discount. Hugh is another puzzle adventure platforming game, except this time it's based on using a different set of colors due to the color wheel, and it is definitely a very vibrant game, and it uses this one mechanic very well. I had a great time playing it. If you are into puzzlers, definitely pick up this experience. The next game is Carto at a price of $11.99 or a 40% discount. This is yet another adventure puzzle game with a very cute art aesthetic and yet again another interesting mechanic. I absolutely love this game. The art style is what really pushes it over for me. If you want a cute game that you can just love the whole time that you're playing, Cardo is definitely the game for you. The next game on the list is Cyberhook at a price of $5.24 or a 65% discount. Cyberhook is once again jumping into that 3D fast-paced platformer where you're trying to beat the levels as fast as possible. This game is a little different since you are using a grapple hook to travel through the levels, and if you're looking for a game with retro wave aesthetic and great parkour skills to boot, this is the game for you. The next game on the list is Daggers at a price of $3.99 or a 20% discount. If you want a fast-paced shooter with a bunch of gore and crazy difficulty, Daggers is the game for you. You're going to want to sit down, play this game for hours to try to grind out an amazing time trial time and see how long you can survive in this gauntlet of enemies. It is absolutely terrifying to play with all these enemies chasing you, but you're going to be having a blast as you do it. Next up is Hotshot Racing at $3.99 or an 80% discount. Hotshot Racing is a great arcade-style racing game. I, for the most part, have had the chance to play it single player, not too sure if the multiplayer online is viable. I think the split screen is a good old time though, and if you just want a racing game that has good drift mechanics, a nice cute aesthetic, Hotshot Racing is a great game at its price point. The next game on the list is Alba, a wildlife adventure at a price of $9.34 or a 45% discount. If you want a laid-back experience where you get to take pictures of animals from the comfort of your computer, Alba, a wildlife adventure is 100% the game I recommend to buy. It is by far the best game I played from this past year. It was so much fun. You cannot leave the game without smiling. It is an absolute great experience to have for an evening. Please do pick it up. It's an amazing game. The next game on the list is Everhood at a price of $7.49 or a 25% discount. If you've played Undertale and you wanted another game that kind of fit the same sort of vibe, Everhood is definitely the game for you. Everhood is a RPG with the interesting mechanic of all the boss fights being based on their amazing soundtrack. I mean, trust me, this is all over my Spotify now. The game is so great, the art style is beautiful, the characters are great, and you're going to want to play it for hours on end. The next game on the list is Donut County at a price of $3.89 or a 70% discount. Donut County really is just a casual, laid-back experience where you have a hole and you're going to put stuff in the hole. It's that simple. It is really not much of a puzzle game. I think it's described as a puzzle game. I wouldn't call it much of one, but you're just going to sit down, play it for a couple hours and have a good time. At its current price point, it's definitely worth it. So if you just want a chill game with a nice aesthetic and some cool music too, definitely look into this game. The next game on the list is Gunpoint at a price of $2.49 or a 75% discount. Gunpoint is a stealth 2D puzzle game with at first glance seems to be quite simple with its puzzles, but as you get deeper into the game it definitely gets quite advanced because it introduces a ton of new mechanics within the levels themselves and you get new tools as the spy. It is overall a pretty great puzzle game for what it is. The next game on the list is Lovely Planet at a price of $1.49 or a 75% discount. If you're into shooters but Devil Daggers wasn't quite it for you, Lovely Planet is the cutest first-person shooter you'll ever see where you're tasked with shooting at objects to get through these levels. It has an amazing soundtrack that you just want to keep bobbing your head to, and it really is a fun time even though it is a rather short experience. At its price point though, it is definitely a must pick up. Next up, starting the long train of co-op games, is Stikbold at a price of $4.99 or a 50% discount. Stikbold is probably the only and my favorite dodgeball video game that I've ever played. It brings in a large cast of characters and interesting mechanics through its story mode, but it also allows you to play co-op, which is why I absolutely adore it. If you have a friend and you want to play a sports game, definitely try out this dodgeball game. The next game on the list is Biped at a price of $7.49 or a 50% discount. Biped for me fills all of my needs as a co-op gamer where you are forced to collaborate in the most intense situations, solving puzzles and moving through these levels where you are forced to rely on your teammate in the most crucial of aspects. If you have a friend that you want to play a game with, Biped is definitely the game for you. The next game on the list is Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime at a price of $7.49 or a 50% discount. Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime really does rely on having a couch co-op experience. If you do not have a person to play with in that kind of scenario, definitely do not pick up this game, but if you do, this is the perfect game if you want a chaotic game night. Everyone that I've played this game with absolutely loves it. It is so much fun, so much chaos, and definitely look into it if you have that. Next up is Unrailed at a price of $5.99 or a 70% discount. Sticking with the chaotic co-op experience, Unrailed tasks you with building a railroad track for a train with accelerating speed and tons of obstacles in your way. It has a continuous mode where you just keep on going and it gets harder and harder. This game is definitely another one where if you do not have friends to play with, definitely do not purchase it, but if you have any friends that might be interested, definitely look into it. Wrapping up our co-op section is We Were Here Together at a price of $5.84 or a 55% discount. If you want a co-op puzzler where you're going to be scratching your head with your close friend, We Were Here Together is the perfect game. It also has a pretty dark backstory going on in the background. It is a very difficult game. Trust me, the puzzles are very hard in this game, but it's definitely worth the price point and you will feel super rewarded once you finish the game. The next game on the list is the Turing Test at a price of $2.99 or an 85% discount. If you want a very difficult puzzle game and you've not had enough of that from all these other games already, this is an absolute great game to fill that niche. It is also set in a sci-fi world, so if any of that interests you, definitely look into this game. The next game on the list is Verlet Swing at a price of $3.44 or a 77% discount. Jumping straight back into that 3D fast-paced platformers that I love so dearly, this game has a retro wave aesthetic and very much similarly, if you like the genre, definitely pick up this game. If you don't love the genre, it's not going to be for you, but so much wildness, so much craziness goes on in these levels that you're going to want to play this game. The next game on the list is Wargroove at a price of $9.99 or a 50% discount. Wargroove is a turn-based war game where you battle against different factions. This game has endless amounts of gameplay with a bunch of different campaigns, tons of editors, and so much customization that you're going to be stuck playing this game. If it is a genre that you love, definitely look into it. The next game on the list is Hammerwatch at a price of $1.99 or an 80% discount. Hammerwatch is a game that I believe is best played co-op, but you can definitely look into it as a solo player. It is a hack and slash adventure game where you are going to be crawling through these dungeons to kill your enemies and collect a ton of different loot. It also has secret levels and puzzles. I do recommend picking up the 4 bundle for a group of friends. Maybe get it as a nice early Christmas present and have a nice night gaming with your friends. The next game on the list is AER Memories of Old at a price of $1.49 or a 90% discount. AER is an atmospheric kind of exploration game where you just get to fly around and explore this very interesting world with all these floating islands. There is a lot of deep lore and interesting ruins that you can look into. If you just want a game where you can fly around and vibe, AER Memories of Old is definitely the game for you. The next game on the list is MoAshtray at a price of $7.49 or a 50% discount. This game is definitely a weird one. It is an action platformer with a very interesting world design, quite a bit of gore in it. If you want a game where you have very interesting mechanics as the main character with how you move around in the game, definitely look into this game. I absolutely adore the lore. It has a very interesting plot, and it's definitely a game that I think goes under the radar for a lot of people. And the last game on the list is going to be the Unrailed at a price of $2.99 or an 80% discount. Unrailed comes from the 2D point and click genre that is so forgotten in the current day, but I absolutely adore the Unrailed. The humor in it, the puzzles, all the characters, it's all around a great experience, and at its price point, I hope that more people will get to experience it. Once again, I hope we were able to introduce you to some games you may not have known before, and if anything caught your eye, definitely pick it up and let us know in the comments below. If there are any specific genres of games that people are interested in, definitely let us know and we can help direct you. With that, guys, don't forget, do not spend all your money. Please like the video and subscribe, it really does help us out. Peace, everybody.